51551 is our text number, and Joe at RT.ie. Caroline, good afternoon.
How are you?
Caroline's back to this story yesterday of the stag that was being hunted across North County Dublin and Meath on Friday afternoon last by the Ward Union Hunt.
That's right.
It jumped over a fence and landed on a car. You were in the car behind.
I was directly behind Joe. Basically, the stag ran out in front of the Mercedes and hit the car, went flying up in the air. My visor was down on the car, and I knew he hit something. And for a second, I was thinking, what's he after hitting? Where is it? Mm-hmm. And it actually come down, went over the car, landed in front of me.
So it came down out of the sky and landed in front of you?
Literally, yeah. It was absolutely terrifying, Joe.
And what state was the stag in? It was a big animal, obviously.
It was huge. I've never been that close to a stag, and it was really tall, big neck. And the poor thing was trying to get up for a few minutes, and he was staggering around. Now, luckily, the roads were dry, and we were able to stop in time. I didn't hit the car in front or anything like that. Mm-hmm. What I done was I was afraid he was staggering, trying to get up, and he was moving around. I actually reversed the car back because I was afraid he'd hit me then. So he slowly got up. You could see that his leg was broken. Okay. And he went over to the opposite side of the road, went into the ditch, and was trying to get into the ditch that side.
And what was he trying to do in the ditch? Lie down or escape?
I don't know. No, he was trying to get away. It wasn't until he went to the ditch that I actually got out of the car. I was afraid of my life. I got out of the car then, and my concern was to run and see if the couple in the car were okay. Mm-hmm. I ran out. The man got out of the car first. I just said, "Are you all right?" And he just said, "Yeah." He said, "Look at my car." And it was then that we heard the hounds barking. And we looked over, and there was the poor stag trying to still get away.
And the hounds were hunting him, obviously.
Yeah, the hounds were in the field which the stag had come out of. Yeah.
And had the riders arrived, the hunters, did they
arrive?
No,
it was the dogs first. Then what happened? Then the lady got out of the car, and she was pretty. Obviously, the two of them were both shook up, and it was then that panic ascended. People were running up. There was shouting, be it they shouting at the dogs or what, I don't know. They were calling out and probably trying to stop the dogs from going near the stag. I'm really not sure.
And what condition was the stag in? Did you manage to look at him again?
No, there was just so many people. There was jeeps coming up with trailers. There were people running up. A few minutes later, a guy came up, with the red jacket on a horse. And it was just crazy at that stage. And then there were cars beeping, trying to get by.
But they said, we were told yesterday by the Ward Union Hunt that there was vets. No, we didn't. There are 3 government officials following the hunt now. Apparently, every time they go out, they're out today and they're out on Friday. But they say within 2 minutes there was a vet on the scene, and they put the stag to sleep, to use that phrase.
I didn't see that, Joe, to be honest. I was in such shock at what had happened. I spoke to the couple, and then an official went over to the couple and spoke to them. So I just got back in my car, and I just sat in my car with my flashers on.
Okay, stay there for a sec, Caroline. Paul is on the line. Paul, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe.
We heard yesterday that the couple in the lead car, so to speak, the car that was hit by the stag, and I presume the car was damaged, but we were told yesterday by Christy that they had a cup of tea and everything was fine. How are they? You were related to them.
Very shaken up, Joe. As any right-minded person would be, I'm sure you'd agree. Mm-hmm. For something so serious, it could have been a very, very serious accident. Bear in mind, Joe, there's only a primary school literally not too far from where this incident happened, and it could have been a mother and children, and mightn't have been as experienced a driver as this man was. And lucky enough, he did slow the car to, up just before the incident, but not in time to avoid the stag.
And is there much damage to the car?
Yes, it's quite extensively damaged, all right, as you can imagine. As that other person said, stag is a very big animal, and any car hitting it would suffer, I think, because of it,
And was the windscreen shattered?
Yes.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
The impression we were given yesterday, in fairness, was that it was a relatively minor incident. Unfortunately, the stag had to be put down.
Yeah.
And that they were taken off for a cup of tea in a nearby house, and their car was fixed immediately.
No, their car is not fixed.
And Joe, can I add
Caroline,
that that couple are very lucky that they were driving a Mercedes, that it's a solid car. Mm-hmm. Because I'm driving a Fiesta behind them, and if that had hit my car, I don't know what the damage would have been to me or the car. They were very, very lucky.
And you say, Paul, that the driver of the car who's related to you is a professional driver. He knows how to drive, obviously, very well.
Yes. Yes, he's been driving for years. It's his profession. So he did. Lucky enough, he kept the car under control, but unfortunately, he couldn't avoid hitting the stag. But Joe, a more serious matter. Surely, this should not be allowed to chase an animal out onto a public road. I mean, such a big animal. Mm-hmm. I think it beggars belief. I really do. That in this day and age, an animal is hunted to its death, and especially out onto a public road where anything could have happened.
Do they think that the Ward Union Hunt played down the incident on this programme yesterday?
I think so. I think they literally dismissed it out of hand. And I think basically because of, I've seen the programme on the news last night about they had a meeting in Trim. But the future of hunting, because I believe it's up for...
It's be banned in March, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think it's only proper. In view of this, I mean, it's not the first time they've been involved in a serious incident. And what I wonder has to happen, Joe, do we have to kill somebody or badly injure somebody because of this practice before it is finally banned?